Hello, party people. How's it going? Let's see, I've got my backwards cap on. It is absolutely boiling today. I feel like I'm in Dubai or something. I've got my new flip-flops though, so at least it's better than wearing trainers. I'm in the park, look at this. It does feel like the grass is drying out around me, and probably needs to be some rain soon. So today I was having a conversation just about an hour ago actually with somebody who was potentially going to purchase property with us, and they decided to go in a different direction, and I thought I would share the difference between buying a property for investment purposes and investing in a property company. They're two very, very different things. They come with two very different risk and return profiles, and it's something that everybody needs to be aware of. So we're talking about buying a property for investment purposes. What we're talking about is, let's say for example, when a client works with us and we help them to purchase a property. So what we're not doing from them is we're not taking their money and then buying a property with their money. We are taking a fee for buying a property, and their money goes directly from their bank account into the solicitor's bank account. So effectively their money is always secured because it's either in their own bank account or it's in the solicitor's bank account. So from that perspective, the risk is much, much less. It also means that once you've got the property, we'll refurbish it for you, we'll rent it for you, but ultimately the property belongs to you, and all the growth that you get with the property is all yours. You win all of the rental return and all of the growth going forward. The alternative is to invest in a property company, and what that is the same as really investing in any other company. So with the second option, what you're doing is you're giving an individual or a company some money and relying on them to make your return and hoping that they make the return. So the difference is investing in a property versus investing in a company, and a company being made up of people. It's the difference between investing in a property and investing in people. People are very good, but they are unpredictable, and they are not they're not predictable. With property, it's very different because you know that the rent is going to be this much. You know that the costs are going to be this much. It's very predictable what your cash flow is going to be. Are there going to be things that trip you up from time to time? Yeah, from time to time you've got to change the light bulb and fix the door handle and things like that. But ultimately, the property returns can be modelled very effectively. When you're looking at a business, there's so many things that can affect the business. The variables are probably tenfold to a property, and as a result your risk increases exponentially. So what you're actually doing there, like I said, is you're not investing in a property, you're not putting your money into a property, and so if everything goes wrong, you'd still own the property. What you're doing by investing in a property company is you're putting your money up to an individual, and if everything goes wrong, the likelihood is that you could end up losing the entire amount. So the person that I spoke to said, at best case scenario we'll get this return, and at worst case scenario we'll get this return. And I had to bring to their attention that that's not quite true, because the worst case scenario is not only do you lose all your money, and I'm not talking about the fee, I'm talking about all your money in a company where you invest in the company rather than in the property. Not only can you lose all your money, you can also obviously lose more than all your money, because you could lose, legal fees and other bits and bobs that you've paid out and you have to pay out to chase the money. So it's like throwing good money behind bad money. And I wanted to make that distinction because when I spoke to this client today, at the beginning of our conversation, she was very flippant, and she was like, well, this one gives me a slightly better return, it's a shorter time scale, maybe I'll go and do this. And I said to her, yes, it's a slightly better return, it's a shorter time scale, but you need to take into account the fact that you don't own the property, so there's no security, which she was not aware of, and if something goes wrong, in our model, you still end up with the property. In the other model, you end up with, like I said, nothing and nothing to show for it. And the only reason I know this is because I've been through it myself. If anyone's interested, I can share the story with you. It happened to be only last year, so it's fresh. I invested in a property company. I lost a lot of money of my own, and I know exactly what it feels like to know that you could have seen this coming and that you should have seen this coming. So what I do now, my number one rule is for any investments that I make, I have to make sure that I'm getting some security, and that security for me has to be in the form of a property. Hence, I like properties. Hope that makes sense. It's the reason why I choose property over other investments. It's asset backed, it's tangible, and every single brick is worth something. Businesses can go down to zero, but typically speaking, properties are worth something, whatever that is. Hope that you've enjoyed that. Hope that that clarifies a couple of bits and helps you understand the difference between a investment in a property company versus buying a property for investment purposes. Right, I'll see you soon. Have a good Tuesday afternoon. Have a quick little look at this great park. Make sure you get out there in this great sunshine and don't complain about it when it's gone. See you all soon. Bye bye.